Hey there, Chef D Malfi here, and welcome back to Plant-Based Made Easy. Today I'm going to show you all about the wonders of meal prepping. I'm going to make a couple different things today. Today I'm going to focus on our plant-based staple recipes. But before we get cooking, let me introduce what this is all about. So this show is really an opportunity to learn how to make plants more of a priority on your plate. It's really simple. I went plant-based just a year ago, right at the start of our pandemic last spring. And in the process of going plant-based, I not only inspired myself and changes within my kitchen, but I inspired changes within the rest of the parts of my life, all the other aspects of my life. And it was so revolutionary that I decided to completely change my ethos in the kitchen as a chef of 15 years and quit animal products altogether and dedicate my life and my service to plant-based cooking and eating. And I love it. And as a result, I've created this show, Plant-Based Made Easy. And this show is really an amazing opportunity to learn all there is to know about how to make plant-based eating super fun, affordable, healthy, delicious, and simple. All right. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, if you want the recipes that I'm going to show you today, all you have to do is purchase my cookbook. I write a new monthly cookbook every single month, and that cookbook is the companion to this show. It's called Plant-Based Made Easy. And right now we're working on issue number 10, just released this morning, you guys. Issue number 10 is hot off the press. I'm going to put the link in the comment box here. So if you do want to purchase this, you can purchase it one of two ways, either individually as a one-off cookbook, or you can become a monthly cookbook member and you can get a new cookbook delivered to your inbox every single month, and you get an additional 20% off that way. So I highly recommend becoming a member. So this cookbook is really great because it contains lots of different kinds of recipes like breakfasts, lunches, dinners, snacks, sweet recipes. Yes, you can even have desserts when you've gone plant-based, and staple recipes. So today we're going to focus on meal prepping because you're seeing this on a Monday if you're watching it live, or if it's evergreen and you're picking it up wherever you are and whatever day it is. Meal prepping is the key to success in the kitchen. So I'm going to show you how to make plant-based yogurt, plant-based milk, plant-based cheese, and I'll even talk about plant-based bread. These are the 4 recipes that you're going to get within the cookbook as well. And this is really going to help you out because you're going to save a lot of money by not purchasing, all of these fancy vegan yogurts and cheeses and breads and milks in the supermarket. You can actually make it. And I'm telling you, it really only takes a matter of minutes for each of these recipes. Stick around. I really want you to hear this. All right. So if you have any questions along the way, just pop it in the comment box. And I'm going to get started right away by actually showing you this new cookbook. So today we're working on Plant-Based Made Easy, issue number 10. This is the newest cookbook, just came out today. And here's what it looks like. I want to just actually go through this a bit with you so that you can follow along and you can see what is this all about. So this is a really wonderful resource. I'm going to just make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Here we go. So here it is, you guys. You can see that it has a wonderful scramble recipe on the front cover. I write you a little love letter. Please read that. And then here's your recipe key. This is going to color coordinate all the types of recipes. Like I said, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, sweets, and staples. And then we have a really cool calendar tool within the cookbooks. And this is issue number 10, the menu. You can see that each of the items, the recipes, are listed in the calendar with a little box. Now, you can use this one of two ways. You can actually use the box as the meal prepping tool. So after you make this recipe, you can actually check it off. Or you can fill in the boxes with dates that you want to make this, all of these recipes on. So really great way to kind of stay into it and all about it throughout your weeks and months. So I see here we have a breakfast coming into the lunch, coming into a dinner, a snack recipe right here, our sweet recipe, and then our plant-based yogurt. So I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to come back to you. And if you have any questions or you want to see this, just let me know, but I'm going to come back to you and let's get cooking. All right. All right. So first things first, I want to talk about making plant-based yogurt. It's so simple. I'm going to make some plant-based yogurt and I'm going to do it really quickly. I did lots of different steps because I can show you how to do it within a matter of moments here, but you can get the full recipe within that cookbook, okay? First things first, you need a cup of cashews and you want to soak these in water. I've soaked them in cold filtered water. I'm going to let this sit for about 8 hours. Usually I do this overnight. Right before I go to bed, I soak my cashews. In the morning, I drain the cashews, or I use the water depending on if you want to use the water or not. I put this into a blender with just a couple of these amazing probiotics. I use the 12 billion strain probiotics, Multidophilus. I put 2 probiotics capsules. I literally just open the capsule, throw in the powder, put it right into a blender with the water and soaked cashews. And then last but not least, psyllium husk powder. All right. This is a really cool and important ingredient if you are plant-based and you want to make yogurt and cheese in your kitchen. Highly recommend it. I'm going to put the link of this amazing, really great 12-ounce bag. It's going to last you probably 2 years. That's how much you're going to get out of this. You only need a little tiny bit, anywhere between a quarter teaspoon to a teaspoon for every batch of yogurt you make. And that's it. You want to blend up your yogurt mixture. It comes out really smooth and creamy, and you want to put it back into your mason jar, the same jar that you were soaking your cashews in, and you want to put it in your oven at 110 degrees, or turn on your oven to the lowest temperature. As soon as it preheats, turn off the temperature, and then literally pour in that yogurt mixture into your mason jar and place the mason jar in the oven. Let it sit for 8 to 12 or even 18 hours. Now, the longer you let it sit, the more tang and consistency you're going to get. So an 18-hour ferment is going to be more like Greek yogurt. So I'm going to show you this Greek yogurt here in a second. A 12-hour ferment is more like a really kind of thick, traditional yogurt, all right? It is super creamy and super delicious. And an 8-hour ferment is really a farmer's yogurt. It's thin, it's liquid, it's more like a kefir, and it isn't as tangy, all right? So my favorite is, of course, the 12-hour ferment. And let me show you this amazing yogurt, all right? So this is a 12-hour ferment. I'm going to show you in the overhead cam. Do you see how creamy and smooth and delicious this is? I'm going to show you. It is thick. You can see it's not even falling off the spoon here. It's thick and creamy and so yummy. All right. So this is going to be the staple of all of your yogurt ingredient needs for your recipe. So if ever a recipe calls for yogurt, you can absolutely use this. And no, it doesn't taste like cashews. I'm going to give it a taste. So good. It's going to keep my gut really clean. Oh my gosh, it's so yummy. The flavor is spectacular. I'm telling you, you are going to love making yogurt in your house because it's so easy. Now, let me show you the 18-hour ferment. I have this here. Now, I've added some herbs to this. This is the 18-hour yogurt ferment, and this is very thick. I've added some herbs and spices. I'm going to grab a clean spoon here, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. Now, this is extremely thick. And this is more like a boursin. Have you ever had a boursin cheese? Now we're getting into cheese making, okay? So obviously I can't make the cheese from start to finish right in front of you, but I did want to show you this. It is fantastic. It really is fantastic. I'm telling you, you are going to absolutely adore this cheese. Now, this is for you, Mario. I'm going to take a little bit of a bite of the cheese. Like I said, I add herbs like oregano and basil and parsley. I add a little bit of pepper, and it is fantastic. It's great for crudité and toast. So yum. Okay, really good. Make something with that in just a second. Now let's get on to it. Let me talk about bread really fast. Here's my plant-based bread. Now you're probably thinking, well, isn't all bread plant-based naturally? No, not necessarily. You definitely want to read the labels. Most bread is, but just read the labels. But here's why I wanted to give you this recipe. I wanted to show you that you can make fresh baked bread that is totally vegan and plant-based in less than an hour. You're going to get a really beautiful loaf. Now I have 2 thick slices of this right here. Obviously, you can use this for anything. You can use it for sandwiches, for French toast. You can actually use it for croutons, whatever you want. This baked bread is going to really waft your house. It's going to make your house smell delicious, but it's also going to be the staple for all of the rest of your recipes throughout the week and throughout the month. So I actually have an amazing whole full demo of me making this bread on my Amazon page. Inside of my Amazon storefront, I have videos there as well. So you can watch me make this fresh baked bread there if you want. And that's the bread. And maybe I'll do a demo here at some point. But for today, let's get on with it. I'm now going to show you how to make plant-based milk. So stay with me, you guys. I'm going to do a split screen for this. Now, this is a really, really wonderful recipe. I use plant-based milk more than any of the other staple recipes that I'm talking about. I use plant-based milk every single day in soups, in smoothies, in baked goods. I drink it by itself. in dessert. I mean, the possibilities are endless. The uses are endless for plant-based milk. So really, I want to make some milk right in front of you. I have my clean bottle here. This is a sterilized bottle. I put it in the dishwasher and it gets really super clean, and I need it to be sterile because this is going to keep my milk super fresh. Same thing goes with the mason jar. Definitely make sure that you have a mason jar when you're making your yogurt that's been sterilized, okay? Very simply done in the dishwasher. All right, so to make my plant-based milk, it's really simple. I'm going to use this amazing machine called the Almond Cow. Now, if you don't have an Almond Cow, hold on one second. I'm going to show you what you can use. Let's see, where is it? Oh, there it is. Sorry about it. If you don't have this milk making machine, well, I'm going to convince you in about 2 minutes that you'll definitely want one. But if you definitely want to just do this manually, you can use one of these. This is a nut milk bag, and it looks like this. It's a fine mesh bag, and I'll explain this in a second, but let me go through it with the machine, and then I'll talk about how you can make it manually as well. So first things first, the Almond Cow. If you purchase my cookbook, you are going to get a discount to this machine, and I'm going to tell you just 3 to 5 uses of this machine, depending on how much you make, is going to pay for the machine itself. And I'm telling you, I have sold many of these. I've sold 27 Almond Cows. So I have definitely made my money back on this machine. It's just a wonderful thing to have. It's my absolute favorite piece of kitchen equipment. I never thought I needed it until I found this company. There's a lot of different companies making a milk machine, but this was definitely gold standard. Just trust me, I've done all the research for you. So inside you have the chamber where we're actually going to make the milk. I have some water, cold filtered water, about 64 ounces. To this, I'm going to put it to the side, and I'm going to talk about the other pieces of this machine. Okay, we have our filter basket here and our collector's cup. Okay, this collector's cup's really cool because it has this divot. That divot is actually going to allow this here, this bar on the collector's cup, to sit and stand straight up. To this, I'm going to add 2/3 of a cup of cashews. These are raw cashews. These cashews, you guys, I should have done this before to show you. These raw cashews come from Almond Cow. They are USDA organic. They are glyphosate residue free, and they are fair trade project verified. So they are really healthy, the cleanest and quality, most clean and quality cashews you're going to get, and at the cheapest price. Okay. So you can buy that, all the products, the actual ingredients from Almond Cow as well. I highly recommend that. Okay. I'm also going to add some coconut shreds. These also come from Almond Cow. Yes, you can buy them from anywhere else, but again, you will not probably be able to find glyphosate residue free. You probably will not be able to find USDA organic coconut. You probably also won't be able to find the Fair Trade Project Verified label on your coconut. So these are things that we really want to look for. Now, I've told you, since going plant-based, it's made a ripple effect in my life, and it has caused me to create changes in all other aspects. Now, that is one of them. I definitely am reading the labels more, and I want my products to be verifiable. I want my products to be as clean and quality as possible. Okay. All right, so the next thing I want is a little bit of sea salt. Now, I'm going to use sea salt out of my cool sea salt well. I have this on my Amazon storefront. If you want it, it's really cute. I love it. It's made with this acacia wood. I'm going to use about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Now, this is totally optional. If you're a whole food plant-based, you can remove the salt, leave it out completely. But if you want this milk to last 2 to 4 days longer, add a little bit of salt. And I'm telling you, it's the natural preservative that's going to keep this milk super fresh. And then a couple other flavor agents. Now, this is optional. I'm going to sweeten up my almond milk just slightly. Now, this is not going to be like sweet like honey or sweet like maple syrup. I'm not talking about overly sweetening it. I'm just talking about balancing out the flavor or adding just a little bit of the extra flavor to make it delicious, even more delicious than normal. So I'm going to add 2 medjool dates. So I'm going to open my dates. I'm going to remove the pit here. And I have a clean date after I remove the pit. Just throw that right in. I'll do it again. I have a date here. Now, this one has a little bit on top that I need to remove. Do you see that stem? See if my camera will. There. Do you see that stem? You need to remove that. Just grab it because it is sharp. Do you see how sharp it is? Grab it and then open it up. And now you can remove the pit as well. The pit is right here. Just grab it with your finger. That's it. Throw your date in. Now, the last ingredient, again, this is super optional, is vanilla. Now, I love to use vanilla in my plant milk, but you can leave it out, or you can add any other extract. How about almond extract? That would be wonderful if you were using almonds. Now, you can use any combination of nuts or seeds. And think outside the box, you guys. It's really fun. You can make walnut milk, Or have you ever considered making green pistachio milk? I love making pistachio milk. It's super green. It's got this beautiful mint, like green, light green color, but it tastes like so flavorful and sweet naturally from the pistachios. So the choice is yours. You can make chia seed milk, you can make oat milk, soy milk, it doesn't matter. You will love this. All right, so if you were gonna do this manually without the machine, then you would take all these ingredients and you would soak them in a little bit of water for like 30 minutes, then put them in your blender, and then you would pour that mixture inside of this, and literally you'll have a mound of nuts at the bottom of this, and you would squeeze manually, like squeeze. We're like, you know, I feel like I'm like showing you, right, the make-believe version of making milk, but you get what I mean, right? That's how you would manually make the milk. Now, the reason I don't love the milk bags anymore is because it's a lot of work and it's a big mess. You're gonna get milk probably running down your hands and all over the counter, and that's fine, but there's an easier way to do it. So the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make it in the machine. It takes less than a minute. I have the top of my machine here. It has the little almond cow. I'm gonna show you in the overhead. Hi, almond cow. So cute, right? I love their logo. And then the blade. I'm going to take this blade. I'm going to situate it right into the filter basket. And then there are some locks on the side. Just lock it up. Make sure that it's completely locked. And now the filter basket's on the bottom. Pop it right inside the water chamber and then press the almond cow. 1 minute. I love that. Sisette said she loves her almond cow. Yeah, lady. Thank you for purchasing one. I'm glad you love it. Okay, we have a question from Tracy. What do you mean by cold filtered water? Cold and filtered. You want to filter it some way and make it cold so that your milk is cold. One more. I think it has one more round. That's it. So it goes through these 3 cycles. It's really super fast. And when it's done, it will, the almond cow light will blink. We'll stop blinking and go to solid green. Lift the top of the machine and the filter basket out, let it drip. Put it in the collector's cup. Here's where it's like, this is an amazing design. It will just sit here on the side and it will continue to run out. Now, I love this. Look at this delicious milk. Okay, I'm going to show you first in the overhead. You can see how frothy and creamy. Now watch this here, okay? Watch in the front view as well as the overhead. You're going to get such a delicious cream top. Now this looks just like cow's milk. I'm telling you, it has the same consistency. It's got that cream top. So if you were to buy this like cow's milk at a farmer's market, you would also get a cream top. Seriously, you guys, you can't go wrong. Look at how delicious this is. It's going to get that. It's cold. It's foamy. It's so great. I need to give it a little taste. Now, it's not going to taste like cashews. It's not just going to taste like coconut. It's going to really taste like cow's milk. I'm telling you, there's a beautiful combo between these 2 flavors. Okay, I'm sold. So good. Like, so delicious. I absolutely love this coconut cashew milk. You guys, if you want this recipe, it is, I think, one of the best staple recipes within the cookbook. And that's all of the staple recipes come in every cookbook, all right? Now, the cool thing about this machine, last thing, is that you can use every part. So remember, I was telling you about making plant milk, or excuse me, plant cheese. Well, look at, we have this. We're going to use the pulp, okay? So this pulp is really delicious. Now, I love to strain this. I will put it through a piece of cheesecloth. I'll strain it, but just, you know, strain it out, tie it in a cheesecloth, and let it sit for 4 hours up to a day. And the next day, you guys, I have the most delicious cashew coconut spreadable, creamy cheese. And I put it on my toast usually every Tuesday or Wednesday because I usually make plant milk on Monday. So if this wasn't like a really great lesson on plant milk, I don't really know what is. This is going to be the way to do it, you guys. You can use the liquid for the milk. You can use the pulp to make cheese. You can use the pulp to actually just enjoy as is. You can actually eat it just like this. You can throw in berries. You can throw in hemp seeds, chia seeds, maple syrup, whatever. It's kind of like a delicious porridge. So yummy. Mm-hmm. All right. I think just to wrap up today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a plate of that farmer's cheese. Let me just grab, I think I want this plate. I haven't used one of these in a while. I always try to mix up my plateware. I'm going to just show you how yummy this cheese is. This is going to be my snack later, and I'm going to get it going right now. See if I have any more questions. Let's see. Oh, Suzette, here's a great offering. Suzette uses the pulp to make pancakes. Thank you for saying that. I should have also offered that. Yeah, you can make pancakes. You can actually use the pulp in your baked goods. So throw it into your cupcakes or your cookies or your bread recipe, like your banana bread or whatever. And you're going to get a nuttiness that has more protein and more fiber than if you weren't. Yes, and Kelly, there is a discount for the machine if you purchase the cookbook. So definitely check that out. All right, I'm going to just plate my Boursin style cheese, you guys. And in this demo today, I've just showed you how to make plant-based cheese. Couple different kinds using the pulp as well as the yogurt. You can also, in the cookbook, there's a recipe for mozzarella, which is the actual staple recipe, which I haven't even showed you. That is delicious for pizza and lasagna. And that is melty, it melts and gets bubbly just like regular, but it also slices well. So this is more of a spreadable cheese. I'm going to then add some crudité. Today, I also showed you I talked about how to make the plant-based bread, which we have here. You could serve this cheese on toasted, crostini if you wanted. Whatever you want, make it your own. As I say, make it work for you. Make it work for you and make this week work for you. So get yourself set up for success in the kitchen today. I've just made a couple of things for you, for myself as well, so that I am set up for success. So I think that's really it. I think I need a little bit more cheese. I'm feeling a bit hungry. There we go. You guys, that's all I have. I have some cheese here. I have some yogurt. I have some milk. I have some bread. I'm going to put everything in the shot so that you can see it and you can believe it with your own eyes, you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around today. Here is that amazing cheese with my crudité. This is going to be a really wonderful week ahead. I can already tell because I'm prepped. I am ready. I'm going to just taste this with a little sugar snap. Cheers. And before I give this food into my belly, I want to give it a little gratitude. Thank you, food. Thank you, God. So good. You guys, I love you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for being a support to Plant-Based Made Easy. Please consider purchasing cookbook issue number 10. I'm going to be back in the studio for more recipes this week. And tomorrow I have a very special guest in-house for Testimony Tuesday. If you want to be featured on this show, I want to have you every Tuesday. If you didn't know, I'm going to tell you, I feature somebody else that's plant-based, either fully or somewhat. If you want to be featured on the show, I would love to hear your plant-based testimony. So please get in touch with me. You can email me. You can type it in the comment box. You can send me a DM on Instagram at Chef D Malfi. Please get in touch with me. I would love to showcase your plant-based stories. So Suzette, Tracy, Margaret, Mario, Kelly, if you want to be featured on Plant-Based Made Easy, I would love to have you. And this is an open invitation for anybody finding this video and watching it. Thank you all so much. I'll see you next time. Peace out.